there are details coming in that sections of the UAPA have been slapped. Meanwhile, we are getting some exclusive visuals as well on the screens now. I believe these are of the laptop, the gadgets, and the documents that we were talking about that have been seized by the officials.
Well, yes, Swati, and while we were reporting from here, we saw a few of the officials coming in with the laptops and the certain hard disks. And when we tried to have a closer look at them, it was NewsClick that was written on them. So hence, it is confirmed that laptops and hard disks, which are being confiscated by the special cell officers, which are being taken by these officials, have been brought at the Lodi Colony Special Cell Office, where the further investigation will take place. The dump data analysis will take place. Now, Swati, why this electronic evidence is important? What the sources say that the payment that was being done by the foreign handles to these journalists and to the NewsClick organization were done online, and hence to check that particular transfer, to check that particular route, the electronic evidence is very, very important. And as of now, the priority of the investigating agencies is to secure all the electronic data so that it will help the agencies to build the case. Now, this is a separate case that the special cell has registered. As we were discussing earlier, ED earlier in 2021 registered a case, but after the investigation went on, certain details came out which were out of the domain of the investigating agencies like ED. Hence, the details were being shared with Delhi police. Now, special cell has conducted raids at several premises of journalists and NewsClick, and now what we can see is that electronic data has been brought in to the Lodi Colony Special Cell Office, and now the dump data analysis will take place. Now, the details will come out shortly, because as of now, the details are not being shared by special cell clearly. So after the investigation will take place, after the details will take place, we'll see that what exactly has been found in all these electronic evidences which have been seized, because various journalists have come out and they have stated that how exactly their mobile phones, their laptops have been seized. So as we can see, I'll ask my camera person to show these visuals. More and more evidences, more and more people are being brought over. I guess we have few people over here. Let's try to talk to them and ask them that what exactly they have to say. There are few of the journalists, as we believe, they might have been brought in over here for the investigation. Since morning we have seen various journalists. The electronic data that was being seized from the journalists have been brought in over here. Though we do not know that what exactly is the content that is being found by the special cell. The details will come out shortly, but yes, many of the journalists are being raided, and the special case cell has registered a separate case. But we see the politics is also being played out on this particular issue. Swati, back to you.
So you're saying along with NewsClick, a lot of journalists whose names are now coming to the fore are also under the lens of these agencies. Searches also being conducted at their premise. Mohit, can you help us understand, and can we go sequence wise when it comes to the angles that the agencies currently are probing?
Well, Swati, can you please repeat your question?
Well, Mohit, I was talking about the timeline, the sequence of developments that have taken place and the angles that are currently being probed.
Well, Swati, you see, when ED registered a case in 2021, it was about inappropriation of the fund and how the norms of the FCRA were violated when the foreign funding was being taken by the organization like NewsClick and other journalists. Now, ED registered a case then, and the investigation was going on. The High Court gave protection to the promoters of the NewsClick from the arrest, but then after the investigation by the Enforcement Directorate, certain new revelations have come out, and that is why, and they were out of the domain and the purview of the investigation agency like AED, and hence they shared it with the Delhi police. Now we see another case has been registered, and we see that how the premises of NewsClick and various journalists are being raided. But you see, if you remember, a few months ago, an investigation piece by a foreign publication came out, which created a massive political furor in the country, where the BJP came out and stated that this article by this publication clearly exposes that how China is funding Neville Roy Singham, who is a businessman who is sitting in United States, who is funding NewsClick by taking money from China to spread anti-India propaganda in the country and to push pro-China propaganda in the country. And Same is now being said by the sources that it's not about the sovereignty, it's about sovereignty, not about the freedom of speech and expression. So Swati, massive movement over here at the Lodi State Special Cell Office, where what we believe is a few of the journalists have also been brought in, and the electronic evidence that has been seized from the premises of NewsClick and all these journalists